In what many were calling a must-win Week 1 matchup at MetLife Stadium, your Denver Broncos delivered a 27-13 victory over the Giants, marking their first season-opening road win since 2009. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the UCL Training Center for Broncos Country Connected. I'm Alexis Perry. With Teddy Bridgewater under center, Denver opted for an aggressive offensive approach, and by game's end, Bridgewater posted the highest completion percentage of any quarterback in a Broncos debut. Denver's defense was as advertised, feasting on the Giants' offensive line while holding the G-men to just 8 rushing yards in the first half. Here's a closer look at how Denver dominated all 3 phases on Sunday.
We are set to open the 2021 regular season with the Broncos on the road in New Jersey to face the New York Giants. The Broncos look to get off to a much better start in September. The Broncos are 9-13 all-time in regular season opening games played on the road. In fact, this is their first opener on the road against an NFC team since 2006. Four-man pressure. Jones drops in trouble, and he's going to be hit and sacked, and that's Von Miller with his first sack of the season. Bridgewater looks to throw, does so, and he's got a Denver touchdown to Tim Patrick. Bridgewater in trouble. Stiff arms away, ball is caught, and inside the 5-yard line is Okwebunam, and into the end zone with a Denver touchdown. Jones in the gun, 4-man rush. Here's the sack, the second of the game, and that is Von Miller. Good to see Von. 108 sacks now in his career. And the Broncos have beaten the Giants 27-13.
Joining me now, Super Bowl 50 champion Ryan Harris, here to help us take a deep dive into Denver's first win of the season over the New York Giants. He's going to help us break down some of the most impactful plays of the game. And Ryan, there were a ton of them.
There were, but let's start with what makes Teddy Bridgewater great. And on this 25-yard reception to Noah Fant, you get to see it. Right here, if I pause the film, Teddy Bridgewater can see this defender and this defender, right? He doesn't want Noah Fant to keep going upfield right into that. So what's he do? He throws it to the wide open spaces right there, leading Noah Fant to the yak yards after the catch. These are plays that get the entire offense going, the entire team going. Teddy recognizes it, throws it inside to Noah Fant, who then goes up for the extra yardage and a big, big first down for the Broncos on that play.
Teddy Bridgewater and Noah Fant connected 6 times. What was your overall impression of their connection on Sunday?
You want your quarterback and tight end to have a rapport, because oftentimes in the NFL, when you're facing a blitz, that tight end is your number 1 read. So the fact that they connected for 6 times, that shows you that they understand where each other is going to be and how to make each other maximize that performance. And here you get a better view as this play develops and Noah Fant crosses the field. The entire defense of the Giants is all the way on the right side. But this green grass looks even bigger here, and just an expert throw by Teddy Bridgewater saying, not only do we have the completion, but let's get further downfield as he delivers that throw, and then Noah Fant is able to execute and move forward.
Yeah, that was an absolute dime to Noah Fant right there. Well, Ryan, it was also so nice seeing number 14, Courtland Sutton, back on the field on Sunday. 4th and 2, Teddy Bridgewater needed a receiver he could trust, and it really came as no surprise that that guy was Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, they call these confidence catches in the NFL because when a player makes a play on 4th down, they get a lot of confidence for themselves, but also their team. A huge confidence booster as well for Teddy Bridgewater. And what I like is Teddy Bridgewater steps back, he surveys the field, he looks left, but then as he looks right to deliver the ball to Courtland Sutton, he's raising his arm to throw. And you can't fit it into a tighter coverage than this. Looks pretty wide open right now, but here's an example of the NFL. You get so much attention when that ball leaves the quarterback's hands. Watch how these two defenders for the Giants close in, but still, because of the precious throw that Teddy threw right there where only Courtland Sutton could get it, Courtland goes down for the huge first down, setting up a much larger day for Teddy Bridgewater in this offense. So just a fantastic play. And you can start to see from the end zone view as well, you get to see what Teddy Bridgewater's looking at. Everybody talks about a clean pocket, Alexis, but that doesn't happen in the NFL, especially on fourth down. And here you'll see a great job by the offensive line picking up the rush, and you got 3-on-2 over here. You can't lose here. So Teddy Bridgewater knows he has a little bit of time, especially as this linebacker's dropping out. This is where you got to win, and that's where the Broncos offensive line does win and allows Teddy Bridgewater, as you see, the ball's already up when his eyes go back to Courtland Sutton. You love to see that execution from Teddy Bridgewater, and boom, there it is, a big first down reception.
Well, Ryan, lastly, the nail in the coffin in this game, it was Melvin Gordon. Less than 5 minutes left. He breaks off a 70-yard run for a touchdown, and I have a feeling he had a little help on this play.
He absolutely did, and what I love about this, Alexis, here's the fourth quarter on the road. You have the lead, an easy point for an inexperienced team to say, hey, guys, we got this in the bag. Let's just get out of here without injuries. But not this Pat Shurmur offense and not a Mike Munchak offensive line. Where it starts, Pat Shurmur puts Noah Fant, who's had a lot of attention, on the left side. And that gets all these other defenders for the Giants over there thinking this is where the play is going to go. Not so fast. You're going to also learn something called the quad block. This is where these two tight ends are responsible for these two players. But the key is going to be Bobby Massey coming in and walling that off for Melvin Gordon to find the pay dirt. And as you see this play develop, boom, you've got the quad blocks sealed off. Here's Bobby Massey. This linebacker has to make a decision. None of them are very good as you see it in the moment. And then he's going to lead up. And what I love, too, is you saw just a quick second here, Melvin Gordon showed his shoulders back towards the right side of the field. That's going to freeze this defender, opening up the lane that he's going to eventually find. That's where the expertise of having Melvin Gordon, the veteran, comes into play big. He gives a little shimmy, and boom, he's gone. And whoop, there's Noah Fant again. You lost him because he wasn't at the start of the play, but he still makes a huge block there, getting in the way, enough for Melvin Gordon. And then here, these are moon boots right here. I don't know if you can see them, Alexis. They're moon boots. There's kind of some steam there because that's where Melvin Gordon hits the afterburners and into the end zone. I don't know what the kids call this dance, but I'm sure the kids are doing it all over Denver today.
I love it. Well, Ryan, thank you so much. I really hope we see more of this next week in Jacksonville. Well, coming up after the break, Ryan, he will join Denver Seven's Lionel Bienvenu and Troy Rank for more analysis of the Broncos' first win in September since 2018. That's next.
Broncos Country Connected is presented by Carpet Mill Outlets. Bigger discounts, better selections.
Let's go, baby! Everybody enjoy this win, and then after tomorrow, when you leave the building, we can get this thing to 2-0. You're going to see a stadium on fire when we get back. I got a game ball here. Teddy Bridgewater.
Hey man, this one, this bigger than me, man. This for the team. You know what I mean? Hey, we came out today. We did exactly what we said we wanted to do, man. We didn't let this environment get to us. We controlled everything. And if we just keep that mindset, man, that we control our own destiny, we work extremely hard, man, it's gonna all pay off.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate y'all, boys.
Where you at, Vaughn? Sweet. First game back after a year off. They moved into what?
Top 25 NFL.
Oh.
Hey,
I love my teammates. Y'all know that, man. It feels better at work. You know, being out of football for a whole year drives you, man. And really, the whole purpose was to get back here with y'all, man. Sacks are good, but wins are better, man.
Hey, and now he gets a real ball. Where's George Payton?
All right, you all worked your ass off in training camp. Had a really good preseason. Winning's contagious. Let's keep rolling, all right?
Hey, I need Mike Shula and Pat Shermer up here. We had a tradition. They get the bucket shower.
When coaches get recognized, it's because of the effort of the players. I love you guys.
Just like Pat said, we're with a great group of guys. You guys have earned the right to come together as a football team. Keep doing it, man. Love y'all boys, man. Here we go. Hey, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Broncos Country Connected. Like you just heard Broncos General Manager George Paton say, winning is contagious. And while it is just one game, it's the first step in the right direction for this team as they hope to get back to the Broncos' historically winning ways. For more on the direction this team could be headed after their Week 1 win, let's send it over to the Denver 7 crew. Here's Lionel Bienvenu.
Welcome to our Denver 7 segment brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. All right, guys, they did it. Now, look, I said last week that I thought this was a must-win. A must-win for Vic Fangio and Teddy Bridgewater. Not in the standings. We got 16 more to go, right? But for Vic to change that September record, for Teddy to show that he was the right choice, and Troy, both of them passed this first test. Teddy was number 1 in the NFL with total QBR of 95.7 and second in the league in completion percentage, 77.8.
Yeah, listen, Teddy was just Teddy, but it was more than that. He was more accurate than a DNA test. He brought shades of Peyton Manning in the first half.
Whoa!
He also finished with a rating in his debut in terms of completion percentage, the best in Broncos history. You can't do better than that, Lionel. And it was shown through the confidence that Vic Fangio expressed in his office, going on it for 4th down on 3 different occasions. But Teddy Bridgewater also led behind the scenes, talking to the team before the game, telling teammates like Albert O, it's going to be okay after a turnover. I'm not sure he could have played any better, Lionel, for a first game.
They could have put up 41 points, right? This would have been huge, but you predicted 14, Ryan. Well done. They won it by 14. So Vic is going for it, Ryan. There's no doubt about it. Nothing to lose here, and with trust in Teddy, 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions.
On the road, too, and that's the big thing. It's one thing to go for it on 4th down at home, but on the road with the noise, that shows you have an incredible trust for your quarterback to run the operation and your players to know what plays and their responsibilities are on those plays. So I think this was a total trust from Teddy to Pat Shermer to the offensive line, and they delivered.
Yeah, confidence in Teddy, not hope, is a huge difference here, Troy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're not going to go for it if you don't believe your quarterback can convert it, especially on your side of the field. You know, Vic Fangio, I wondered, did he have some kind of weird bypass surgery this offseason? He's taking risks, guys. This is the guy we've been crying for 2 years, and Vic seems to let down his hair and go to the air.
Well, Von Miller delivered as well, and he's been adamant this offseason, guys, saying this team is different than past years, that you can feel it in the locker room. You can feel it in the meetings. And, Troy, you could feel it on the field Sunday against the Giants.
Well, he writes a diary of havoc. He brings an energy that's so unique, and he's so motivated with purpose and production because he's a new father. And I know sometimes people roll their eyes at that, but his son, Valor, he cited his name after the game, saying it stands for bravery and courage, and he wants to show his son what that looks like on a football field. Again, you talk about Teddy, I'm not sure he could have played better in his debut. I'm not sure Vaughn, guys, could have played better first game coming off knee surgery.
Well, Ryan, Vic gave out game balls in the locker room to Teddy, to Vaughn, and GM George Paton. So when you give game balls to the veteran team captains and leaders on offense and defense, and the leader of the whole pack, Paton put this thing together. That's a good sign after the game.
That never happened in the 10 years I was in the NFL, but that tells you that Vic appreciates that relationship. And I've talked to many scouts and GMs, and they've said that's the most overlooked relationship in a successful team, the GM and the head coach. So a little bit of a nod to George Paton from Vic Fangio for what they've built together.
Well, it was mostly all good on Sunday, guys, but to see Jerry Judy go down with a high ankle sprain, first game, first big injury, and it came as Judy was having a fantastic start to this season, right?
And even though he didn't play in the second half, he was still the leading receiver in the game. What I like, too, Jerry Judy came back to the football on one of his first down receptions, showing that he was really attacking the ball. But I've had 2 high ankle sprains, and those things can last anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. So it's really going to be important that Jerry Judy gets some Epsom salt baths, some old school remedies, but also to get some treatment to try and get back to this offense because he was the most dynamic player, no question, offensively.
All right, it was a great win, but it's only one win, one game. But Vic Fangio said in the locker room, guys, if they can get to 2-0 coming home in Power Field at Mile High is going to be a madhouse. So it's on to Jacksonville next week. Watching the Jags lose to the Texans, the Broncos are going in, Ryan, as 6 to 6.5 point favorite.
Urban Meyer lost his first game as an opener, in the opener as a head coach in 17 years. So all the kitchen sink is going to be coming at the Broncos. And I can tell you from playing down in Jacksonville in September, that's a tough place to play. Heat, humidity, it will affect this team. So hopefully Vic Fangio has them hydrated on that flight down.
What do you expect, Troy?
Well, I expect the Broncos to win easily. They can throw the kitchen sink, but it's not coming from Home Depot. That's going to be off-brand kitchen sink. This team is terrible.
Great job. Ryan and Troy, thanks. This Denver 7 segment brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Alexis, let's go back to you.
Thanks so much, Lionel. Still to come on Broncos Country Connected, learn how the Denver Broncos are supporting Food Bank of the Rockies and other local charities by hosting an outdoor-style tailgate unlike any other. Welcome back to Broncos Country Connected. While the Denver Broncos got their first taste of victory this season on Sunday, yesterday 20 of Denver's best chef-driven restaurants came together for Taste of the Broncos, a tailgate for a cause. Supporters of Taste of the Broncos came out to sample all the delicious offerings, meet the Broncos alumni and cheerleaders, all the while giving back to Denver Broncos charities and Food Bank of the Rockies.
Taste of the Broncos is a gourmet tailgate for a cause. The event is presented by King Soopers, and alongside all of our corporate partners, we bring together Denver's best restaurants, chefs, for an evening of fun, food, and philanthropy. We really focused this year on increasing diversity amongst our chefs, and so we have a lot of women-owned restaurants, family-owned restaurants that are bringing a different feel to the event.
This event is so fantastic, not just for the funds we receive, but how it spreads the word about the work that Food Bank of the Rockies is doing. And it's just a fun event for us to gather together around food, which is a huge point of passion for both Food Bank of the Rockies, the Denver Broncos, and King Soopers, the title sponsor.
Since 2015, the event's inception, we have raised $315,000 just for Food Bank of the Rockies and an additional amount for Broncos charities. That equates to over 1.3 million meals provided by Food Bank of the Rockies to those who are food insecure in our community.
What an honor it was to host that event last night. A very special thank you to all of you who made it out to support such great causes. Now, as we wrap things up here on Broncos Country Connected, we leave you with the story of how one Broncos defensive lineman has found solace in his gaming system. Here's Denver 7's Nick Rothschild.
Hey, grind on three, 1, 2, 3.
Is Mike on the field a scary dude?
A little bit, yeah, I'd say so.
Dedicating your life to overpowering 300-pound behemoths takes a certain type of mentality.
I'd tell people you don't want to know me as the Mike on the field during game days.
You gotta be a little crazy. Just ask Justin Simmons.
Way bigger. Way bigger. Justin's always like, Mike is that guy on the field who's talking a lot, trash talking a little bit here and there, getting into it with the O-lineman.
But for Mike Purcell, the football helmet provides layered protection.
I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but, get me doing something I love, I'll be an extrovert.
Carlos Hyde hit by big Mike Purcell with help from Von Miller.
It's his turtle shell. His safe space, one of only 2 places where someone introvert adjacent can feel comfortable.
It was kind of just like a release, I guess. I was still kind of doing something I love to do. I'm in my own home, playing a game. I can still interact with fans as much as I want.
Purcell found peace in video games.
Nice. Go to our right.
While he spent most of last year injured, Twitch streaming became a therapeutic hobby.
Got him.
With my journey, I kind of had a battle, so I was almost out of the league for a while. I would have never thought myself to go out there and do that, And it's still kind of a weird concept that you can watch people do, whatever they're doing at home, whatever it is their hobby is,
Got him. Holy cow.
The The digital battlefield is Mike's chance to let loose and connect with fans on a more personal level.
You know, I think that's the same goes with everybody. They're an introvert until they get people who are around them happy, make them happy, and they're extroverted.
Just don't ask him to play Madden.
You do like to get into Madden to see where they have you ranked though, right?
Yes, yeah, and I'm not happy with it, so I won't play it.